Day 18 consistency. Don't be the person who slacks. One who slacks on the small things is ultimately not just falling short there, but they're falling short on the long term, on the big game of life. Effort and attention to detail can take you so far when you're not slacking, you're not limiting yourself, you're not playing at the bare minimums. You're able to level up, you're able to build a legacy, you're able to build long-lasting trust and win loyalty. Think about that. If you're always showing up in a relationship, people are going to trust you. That can be a significant other, that could be a working relationship with a customer or a client. If you do what you say you're going to do, you're showing effort, you're showing, that you're giving your all. Think about how unstoppable you are. Think about the loyalty that drives. Think about the legacy you can create because you create a loyal fan base or a loyal family because you did what you said you're going to do and you're not slacking. In the Bible, it talks about basically one who slacks is enemy of he who destroys, basically being lazy. If you're lazy, you're just as bad as somebody who does evil things, who destroys. Because you're given so much in life, whether you believe in God or you believe just in life in general, shouldn't you strive to be the best you can? Shouldn't you work and be proud in everything that you do? So why would you slack off? Why would you be lazy? Why would you be slothful? If you had the opportunity to grow, be great, to do awesome things, to inspire, to uplift, to build, to create, all these beautiful things, why would you choose to not give your best, to not put effort in, to not try to build that relationship, build that business, build that workplace, build that body? Like, you have all the, potential in the world, but potential is a dangerous word because it means you haven't done anything yet. So how do you go from potential to purpose, to actually start to live in it? Well, it takes action. But it takes action in the right direction. It takes the right mindset. It takes the right attitude in the action you're taking. And it takes putting your best foot forward, actually doing your best. When's the last time you truly tried your best in everything that you do? Or even in one aspect? Do you truly try the best at work? Are you really trying to get your emails out as fast as possible? Are you really attentive through the whole meeting? Or do you send your emails out when you can? Do you send them out hours late? Do you respond hours late? Do you have your camera off during your Zoom meetings or your team meetings? In the meeting, are you looking at your phone the whole time versus actually engaged in it? Are you gossiping behind your coworkers' backs versus, spreading positivity and actually working hard, working together? Going back to where if you have this effort, you're actually trying, you're going to build a good relationship with your coworkers. In dating, you're putting in an effort, you're showing that you're a man of your word or a woman of your word. That's going to build trust with that significant other. And it just drives greatness, honestly. Think about the best teams in the world, sports teams, or any team atmosphere, but definitely sports teams. They have trust. They trust their teammates. In basketball, they know that they can pass it to somebody that might not be their star player. They're a role player, but they trust them to hit that three-pointer. They trust them to make that block. Same thing with football. That's the sport I played. You trust that your cornerback is going to shut down that number one receiver. But if you're that cornerback, you trust your safety, that you have somebody that has your back over top. So how do you do that? They see you showing up to practice all the time. They see the reps that you're putting in. They see that you're actually in film study, that you're actually trying, you're putting in an effort. And that breeds confidence amongst everybody that they can trust you, that you can trust him. And at that point, you can play free. And the same thing happens in life. You can play free. It's like have you noticed, like, when you first start dating, you're kind of uptight, like you don't want to like weird the other person out. You might hold back on some of your jokes and things like that. But as you start to gain that trust and start to get comfortable around people or that significant other or the person you're talking to or dating, then you start to let your hair down, so to say. You start, not wearing makeup. You start not dressing up as nice. You start kind of letting some of the dark humor jokes out, things like that, because you feel more comfortable. Same thing at work. When you're new, you don't know what you can and can't laugh at with your boss. You don't know, like, if you can look at your cell phone, if you're going to get in trouble. Like, you don't really know, but as you start to perform, you start to just get comfortable, you start to build trust, you're able to start to learn what these things are and learn what you can do and can't do. Or if you're actually like the environment you're in, whether that's a relationship, a work environment, you understand like, hey, this environment is for me, or hey, this person is for me, or they're not. But it will be proven through your actions, your efforts, your intentions. And part of that comes from not slacking in your work. Don't slack off in your job. Don't slack off in your work. Don't slack off in the gym. Don't slack off in your diet. Don't slack off in your relationship, because it's equal to destroying. If you will slack off in it, you might as well destroy it. You're destroying your relationship by slacking, by not having date nights, by not surprising them with gifts, by not telling them you're proud of them, by not telling them that you love them, by not telling them that they're meaningful to you, by not ignoring social media sometimes and actually focusing on your partner, by, skipping one night of playing Xbox with the boys to spend with your significant other. You're not destroying your career by slacking and getting passed up by for promotion opportunities because your boss doesn't trust you, because you versus the person that's succeeding, they're always consistent. They're always on time. They're always doing their tasks. They're always doing what they say. You might do what you say you're going to do, but maybe you're doing it less reliability. Like, you're not putting in as much effort. You're destroying your career, technically. If you have a less chance to make more money, that's going to hurt your pockets. That's going to hurt your family. That's going to decide how your kids eat in the next 10 years. How you live in the next 10 years, how your grandkids live. So is that not important to you? So don't slack. It's literally the same as destroying. So put in the effort, show up, put your best foot forward. Do it for yourself. Like, it's your life. You only get one. That's a cliche saying, but it's true. You do only get one life. Why not make it the best? Why not try to live your best? Why not work your best? That doesn't mean you need to kill yourself by working and slaving away and, always telling your significant other that they're correct and they're right. There is a balance. There is a rest. There is a, I guess, commitment to, compromise on some things. But you have to realize what that is. And to find your balance, you have to get out of balance. So many people think they know their balance, but they haven't been pushed to their true limits to know where to balance it out. Like, they're on the road. Sometimes you have to fall in this ditch, and then you have to fall in this ditch to understand, okay, this is the middle of the road. This is the path that I need to be on. And it's just part of the journey. It's part of the destination. Like, you got to figure out what your road is, where the balance is. If you're on the ski slopes, where can you go? What's dangerous, what's safe. But we have to be willing to be unsafe. We have to risk it. We have to risk getting burned by the stove a couple times. We have to risk falling into that ditch. We have to risk falling off the bike. That's just part of life, is risk versus reward. But the rewards will always be so sweet when you have the risk and you win and you asked that person that you were afraid and terrified out, but they said yes, and that becomes your future wife and your future baby mama and your future kid's mom. Like, think about that. You applied for that job that you thought you weren't eligible for because it listed the salary at $100K, and your self-image is so bad that you don't think you deserve a six-figure job, even though you've been doing six-figure worth of work. But your self-image is shot because you never took any risks, you never failed, you never got told no, and you need to go get told no a lot more. And you might still get told no for that job, but the next one you do, you apply, and by job 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, your confidence, your interview skills, and what you know you're worth will be increased so much that you're going to start killing those interviews and you're going to get that job. Same thing with the dating. You're going to get told no for that guy or girl you ask out, but your confidence is going to keep getting built. Your communication skills are going to get built from pursuing that repetition. And then what's meant for you, you'll get. But sometimes we have to be willing to fail. We have to show God and the universe, hey, we're deserving of this. Hey, I will put in the action. I will put in the reps to show that I deserve this, that I want this, that I truly mean what I say for once. And if you're not backing up what you truly say you want, do you truly want it? And the answer is no. Whether you admit that outright or not, the answer is no. The universe, God, has answered the question. It's just not always vocalized. It's not like your parents. You asking your parents something, they tell you yes or no, or maybe, or it could be. The answer's there. We just don't want to hear it. But it's not always, like I said, it's not vocal, but we know it's there. So don't be somebody who slacks. Give it your best. Give your career, your work, your relationship, the gym, your health, your fitness. Give it your best go this next year. Just give it a year. Give it your best and see what you're made of. I guarantee you, if you stay consistent, you stay persistent, you keep a great attitude, you will not be disappointed in yourself. You'll be proud of yourself. I wish you peace and blessings on the journey.